I'll keep the camera on me, mate. It's on you. So he'd parked his car here. He's went to the pub over the road.
They've controlled everything.
He's went in there and he's unleashed a ferocious assault. Where's the statement from that person?
So what is going on, people of the content casting today? I am at the bottom of Westgate Road, but there's a reason I'm actually here. Now, I know a lot of people like to follow stories of notorious figures and people who've been through adversity and got a name for themselves, a reputation, and I'm here to cover the story of one of the most notorious or prolific men in the Northeast, known as Viv Graham. So I hope you enjoy this one. I've got a mate who is going to dive right into the story. He knows a lot more about the story than what I do. Obviously there's a lot of stuff online as well which you can go and cross-reference if you want, but this story is gripping. The story about Viv Graham. Let's go.
We're ready.
I'm ready to go.
We're going to go.
Let's go.
So let's just kick right in. The road what you see at the moment is Westgate Road, one of the most well-known roads and a major artery into Newcastle. But just think for a second what the actual name is, because a lot of people, when you look at things, the clue was right there when we see such a place. So Westgate Road, what do you think it is?
It's the road to the west of Newcastle.
The road to the Western Gate.
Western Gate?
The Western Gate to the old city. Think about how important that is. So Westgate Road was the west gate of the city. So the old city would have been surrounded by many gates, and the West Gate was the most fortified one.
Is there an Eastgate Road? No.
There's many different ones if you look. You've obviously got to search a little bit, but if you look online, you can find a lot of where the gates were. But this is why it's so interesting. The West Gate was the most fortified gate in the Newcastle city. And the reason it was the most fortified gate is because the biggest danger came from the west, from the borderlands. So this had the most armies and the most weaponry built around it. Right here, now look.
Castle walls, isn't it?
Well, that's the old city, the old town.
Is that where it gets its name from, Newcastle?
Newcastle. But these are the old can you see the old ramparts, the old towers? Mm-hmm. Think about this. These walls were built in the 13th or 14th century. But even before that, there was a Roman settlement here. So Westgate Road, that road, it literally went to the West Gate. It came all the way down, and like I've said, many armies, cavalry. This was the most fortified gate in the whole of Newcastle, because if this went, then they would march further down, obviously from the Scottish borders. This actual road is called Bath Lane. And Bath Lane, why do you think it's called Bath Lane?
You'll have to tell me, yeah.
Because of the baths. There was public wash houses where people would come and get washed, as well as the Turkish baths. So this is why it's called Bath Lane. You might be thinking, what is all this relevance? What are we talking about this for? Those city walls right there, that signified law and order on that side, and where we're standing, unregulated.
So loads of shit was going on
here,
this side of the walls.
If you lived literally inside of there, there was regulations, there was many rules, but you were protected. Out here was where we are now, was where all the nighttime
just a pure free for all.
It was but where the ale houses, there was all sorts of hustlers, there was prostitution, there was gambling. All of this was happening literally on this side of the wall. So this was the unregulated bit, the bit where law and order meets a different kind of order.
Just, what's the word for it? Like just pure unregulated fucking anything goes.
Anything goes, I suppose. What they used to also have is all the abattoirs and the tanneries. The tanneries is where they used to dye all the leather clothing. So all of this, even the poor people, so the very poorest. So all of they were classed as noxious living. All of the stuff was put right here outside of the city walls. So you can imagine how like fruity this was on a Saturday evening. You know,
and
like
what year was this?
13th and 14th century. On the right hand side, law. On the left hand side, disorder. And if you walk through this cut, right here, on the edge, on the outside of the city walls, is hobos. Viv and his crew came down to confront another doorman, Stuart Watson, inside hobos. And it was also to cement his place in Newcastle as the most feared security boss in the city and the wider region. He's went in there and he's unleashed a ferocious assault on Stuart in front of all of the other doormen who were supposed to be there, who disappeared, and made a spectacle of him doing that. And that was really the bit what put him at the very top of the tree in Newcastle. You've got the gate behind you, which wasn't here in Viv's time. But where we're entering now is what has always been known as the party central. It's where everything happens, where a lot of people come. When they think of Newcastle, they think of this stretch of road here, because this is the big market. And this definitely was one of the in places in Viv's time. So this is the territory which one of his patches, basically.
Is this like, would this have been the goal? You know, if you were like a doorman or you had a security firm or something, you'd want to be big market.
In the day, definitely it would have been.
Because I know it's moved down now, isn't it, towards like the station and all that. And
Apparently still moving back up here. You shouldn't see how busy it is. It's the centre of all of activity. Things do change, but generally, this is where your pubs are, your bars, your casinos, all them type of things. The most famous nightclub, and one of the most well-known in England at the time, was the Tuxedo Royale. And whoever, that was for anybody who doesn't know, that was a ferry what was converted into a nightclub on the River Tyne.
it only got moved a few years ago, didn't it?
Well, there was two boats. There was the Tuxedo Royale and then the Tuxedo Princess.
Yes, that's the
But
one.
back in the day,
Jimmy Mar's been on that.
definitely will. Back in the day, the most prestigious nightclub of the time was the Tuxedo Royale, and whoever ran them doors, that was the statement. That was you are the daddy of, you know, you're the one who controls.
You're running it.
You're running everything. This is the big market.
Has it changed much since back in the day?
No. It's like you said, it's coming in and out of fashion. It's still, the boom days was actually, like I say, Viv's actual days was the boom period for this.
And what years was that?
The 80s. Organised crime came into all of most major cities in that period with the, you know, the advent of all the drugs coming into the cities. So there was a lot more money. There was a bigger underworld.
And this is where it was all getting spent.
And this is where it all was happening. And the 80s never had that.
Even look at the bars and that, like they're still like old-fashioned. I love all that though, mate. It's like London, innit? That type of stuff.
There would have been a tax on a lot of these premises.
Just for the sake of trying to fucking take over like the most popular
bits
of the territory.
And the common trick is, you've got a gang of lads. If you don't pay us the tax, there'll be bother. That's it.
When you break it all down, it's all a bit like.
I mean, like what I'm trying to say there is, we're going to give you protection from who? Well, from us.
That's what I mean. It's like you know what it's like. It's like me smashing your windows and then you saying pays to look after you. And it'll not happen again.
That's exactly how it works.
Fucking man,
It happens all the way to the top as well. It's the same thing. You can go, what I mean by that is, it's the way societies are run.
Ah, it's the way politics is, isn't
it
it?
is. It's the way it is.
That's another video. That
you're my ally, but if you're not my ally, I want to bomb you to bits. That's how it works. That's life.
we're keeping that for another video.
I know that. But that's what I'm saying. Even with this though, isn't it? It's like, right, I want to protect you from who? From us.
Viv Graham himself wasn't actually from the centre of Newcastle, was he? It's like, for the people who were from Sunderland and watching this, he was like equivalent to, what, like from Seaham or something?
Yeah.
Like the outskirts, southwest of the city.
Yeah, so he was actually seen as an outsider.
Which is even more mad, isn't it, really, when you think about it? to take a place effectively, or run an empire in a city that you're not technically from.
But when you think about it, that's what actually happens, doesn't it?
I suppose it is.
Someone
People
comes
come from outside to take over, aye.
That's what happens. But yes,
Which you can imagine why that would have caused a ruckus for the people of Newcastle. So that's Stewie Watson, was he from Newcastle itself?
he's from Gateshead,
Gateshead.
but that's still closer. But like you've mentioned, he was seen as like somebody from the countryside, you know, out.
An outsider.
Not really part of the traditional West or East End communities which have been here for a very, very long time. He wasn't from them areas. There was massive change going on, and within the nighttime activities, because of all of the drug supplying, what was happening. And in those days, it was common for security people or companies, because it was unregulated. You got to remember, doormen weren't regulated then, security wasn't regulated, so they would literally turn a blind eye or do a deal with the people who were working within them establishments,
So
supplying.
So for argument's sake, if I'm on a door, or if I'm looking after a certain group of bars, pubs or whatever, and you were to come in, I can go, well, he can't sell drugs, but you can.
That's
but
exactly-
I want a bit of that.
That's exactly how it can work. So you
I
had
suppose it still does though, doesn't it? It still does, doesn't it? I know
would
it's
be very,
regulated.
very hard. It's much harder with technology and with the regulation of doormen. Think about what I'm saying there. You could be an armed robber and you were able to work on the door. Do you understand? You could like
Aye.
literally come out of prison for serious assault, and you could run the security of an area.
But that would be the only thing that would prove you. Really then, like, if I'm looking for security, who am I going to? I'm going to the people who are fearless, the people who are not scared of a bit of time, the people who have got people who are underneath them. I'm going to them. I
But
do
that's
understand
why,
that.
But that's why this story strikes right at the heart of a community. Because the only way a community can exist is through justice. And this murder is still unresolved.
Fucking wild.
So
that.
that in itself, all that unregulated behaviour, what did it result in?
Just a shook community and no else. No
Well, it
answers.
resulted in someone losing their lives.
Yeah, but I mean,
Nobody
nothing's
nobody
been
held
solved.
responsible yet.
I don't know that, but I know that this street is fucking mental. Fucking mental.
What's happening, boys? What's going down?
Fucking now. Shit.
I've seen you before. Yeah, I bet you
Oh,
see-
there we got what we filming for.
No, we're filming for a YouTube channel.
Documentary.
Get away with me then.
Oh, man, what's wrong with you?
Come and shine me, that's
The
why.
why?
Who are you doing it for?
You've been in front of the camera before.
Fuck it, man.
More than once. Are you wanted or something like? What's wrong with you?
Not the minute.
We're not dodge potting out, you know.
All these fuck man. Are you mad?
I'll keep the camera on me, mate. It's not on you.
We're trying to do stuff. We're trying to do stuff.
Oh, why? I'm
We're trying to do some positive stuff here.
Well, we don't need to I'm positive, mate.
Are you positive?
No, I'm not.
Why?
Oh, no, I don't want to be on camera, mate.
That's all right. I'm not going to put you on camera.
You're not on
That's
camera.
your decision. That's your decision. And I'll never infringe on your right.
I'm here, dude. I was in Are you, mate? All right, kid.
Why, aye, spot on, mate.
1987.
Why?
I remember. This fella was actually in a film. He was one of the child stars. He was
Were you?
he was in a Hollywood film, this fella.
Were you actually?
You were, weren't you? I remember. Well, actually, it's funny enough because on Sunday,
Well done, mate.
no, he actually is.
What was the film?
What was the film again? What was the film? Empire State. You can look it up. He is. He's known. If you look him up, he's on.
No, I'll try and get a clip of him put on the screen.
How's life treating you?
Survival.
I know.
Survival mode.
For the last 4.5 months. Since the release this on 19th of June this year.
You seem to always be in and out. Are they ever going to leave you alone or what?
It is all finished with now.
It's all finished with.
I have retired.
You're too old for all that shit,
Fuck
man.
me, man. What are you going to wait for? What an argument. Fuck me, what's up on the body with your lot? It's nothing.
Can I ask you something? Because you know what this blog.
There's no complaints at all. Just nothing.
Do you know what this? Do you know what this blog's about? We're doing this for a YouTube channel, and we just want just what your thoughts are. I've actually used to run and own a couple of the pubs around here.
Aye.
We're from Sunderland,
And
but we're actually covering. We're covering the period of Viv Graham.
Do you know what it is? I was in Rockshot when Viv was shot. In water.
You were there?
No, I was in Rockshot.
Oh, you were in Rockshot?
I was in Rockshot.
But yeah, that went round the city, wasn't it? I mean,
But it just went bang.
but what was
then
it?
again, mate, it's got different views. I don't know what's happened. That's a lot of fun.
There is.
And you know, this is Newcastle. But it's different.
It's different.
Different.
Do you think it was better then?
When I was in my 80s, it was like I was 20, like 20, from being younger in their teens, the like 80s, 90s, like now in the late 90s. Fantastic. Best time of my life. And I'll tell you what, right, this town used to be flooded. And now the bridges.
Aye.
All the bridges, people used to come and go all the time, right? You look at it now on the weekend, it's clear as day. But the air down there's lovely.
When was the last time you were inside? 4 months ago?
I was only done, I've done 18 months, a solid 18 months, and then 3 months PSR.
Can you sum up what Viv Graham meant to you?
Do you know Viv controlled everything? You know?
Is that good or bad?
Well, that is like being so rich, you know, you have money on you, and you run a certain area, and nobody should.
You think
Like
it was?
the realm, so like, this is my realm, to be fucked with, it's mine.
That's what I'm saying about the throne.
Nobody
territories and
did,
that.
nobody did, do you know what I mean? That was the realm you had them. You know, you have certain people, you know, I'm not naming names, lots of people on the click. In the
Aye.
Do you reckon they were all making money off the back of them?
Well, everybody made money then. I mean, I'm not saying, but now I mean, my family, you know, it's good to be who you are. I'm not bothered with this, it's not going to last.
It doesn't.
Never ever does.
But I hope
he looks after me. I have something in my bag, right, which would astonish you. I'm
Go on,
telling you.
chosen. Go on, get it out. You're gonna say you can't say that and then not get it out your bag.
It was good.
Hello? I've actually seen the film.
A bit mad, like nearly for a year and a half.
But do you know every time
Every time I'm in court, it's fucking
they bring it up,
bashed.
they bring it up, they bring it up, they bring it up.
That's just a bunch of bastards.
I want to say this before we get off onto our next part of the film.
Tell you what, right?
Now remember, you said this was outstanding, so I want to say I'll be the judge of it if it's outstanding.
Right, well, that's me too. But I'm going to show you something here, right? With sharp hands. It's snapped in half, actually. But it's still here. I've got it.
Is it loaded?
No, it's a fucking man. It's a statue, man.
I'm going to have a laugh with you. I'm having a bit of a joke. You nearly got to swear in there, you did. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
You will free shows.
After all of that effort.
I researched it, right? You seen him there?
Well, it's a figure.
Not.
It's a what?
He's a crystal, like he's a certain crystal. He's a sun god.
He's a sun god.
Do you take that everywhere you gone? You just talk where?
No, I left it in the taxi, left my bag, come back to this 3 weeks later.
We're going to get off because we've got to carry on.
I have seen you a lot. I've seen you.
You've seen me.
Yeah, Jack. Respect, guys.
Watch what you're doing, mate. Look after yourself, mate. See you later, mate. Look after yourself. Draw, mate. And that, innit? Someone's gaff. So, shout out to that lovely gent who was saying, would you believe he was a Hollywood star? And what's mad about a what?
Hollywood child star.
Hollywood child star. And you know what's mad about that? It just shows that when you walk past someone in the street, you never know what they've been up to. And I can guarantee it, because I didn't think so, that's how judgmental we all are, that he would have been a star of Hollywood as a kid. So I respect him. So this here, the Queen's Head pub, is apparently the last pub Viv Graham visited on that fatal night.
Well, it's where he tried to crawl back to. He crawled 30 metres trying to get back here. Now, the funny thing is, it's actually not confirmed.
Is it not?
No. But this was definitely Viv's patch. And the list of people who used to pay him protection, it still hasn't been released. The interesting thing about it, when you read the report, is he was in a shop, or he came out of a shop.
Aye.
What was he doing in that shop?
He went for some fags or something.
How do you know?
Right, that's what the reports and that's it. Well, not the reports, but that's what speculation says, doesn't it?
Where's the statement from that person?
Well, that's the thing, and how do you know?
Because surely if they know that, they definitely took a statement from that person. What was he doing in the shop? It opens more questions up. Was he collecting money from the shop? The other thing is what you got to understand, coming back round to here, this was definitely Viv's patch, all of this. So everybody, you know, any business could have been open to that tax or protection money. So where had he been, and how did them people know that he was waiting there? That is the £1 million question. How did they know that he was there and going in that shop and coming back out?
And then gone to his car.
How did they know? And that's where the speculation is. Was it an insider? Was it one of the landlords? Was it somebody who was paying protection? How did they know?
Well, in my research, when I've looked, that's what it says, that he's went back here to have a quiet night, and he needed to pop into the Queen's Head just to whatever. It might have been to finish some business, who knows. But apparently he's went there and told his wife, or the bird he was with at the time, that he's going to be home. Obviously he never went home, did he?
But
that was the last, apparently that was the last
he would
place
have had
he
a
went.
route. He would have had a route, right? How did them people know that route? How did, at that point, and remember, it's 6 p.m, New Year's Eve. If you look back at the reports, it was a cold, blustery, dark, rainy night. So less people would have been out and about.
So someone was on him.
So no, they knew.
Aye.
They knew. To this point here.
So this would have been...
This spot here, right here.
So he'd have parked his car here. He's went to the pub over the road. He's come back. Well, the speculation says he's come back here. He's basically parked here.
He's went to a shop.
He's went to a shop. He's got back to the car. He noticed one of his wing mirrors was put through. He's got in the car, and that's when the shots were fired at him. The ricochet has basically made him bleed to death. It's went into one of his major arteries, and he's bled to death. That's why he was staggering back there. And they're saying if they wanted to kill him, they would have shot him in the chest or the head. Why didn't they do that?
I definitely think that they tried to kill him.
Aye, so do I. So do I.
Because of the historical background, the picture what we've just painted, the power and the money what was involved.
And why would you risk Arnie in not killing him? He's going to come back.
They definitely executed him because the powers that be wanted a slice of that money. And like I've said, or we were speaking about, I'm sure people have made a lot of money out of there's been a lot of power in other people's hands.
Well, even that bloke in Newcastle said, didn't he, people making money when he was in power.
Yeah, that's it. So this was the fateful scene. That is the pub. But for me, it just gives you more questions to ask. And that's why, I mean, why is this murder and this killing so well known in the Northeast? Have you ever thought about that?
Because, well, it's unresolved.
That's exactly the number one thing, is it's unresolved. It's unresolved murder, and we've never had a massive gun problem up here, so it's something what stands out. And then the third bit, so unresolved, not much gun crime, and then the third bit, the power, what lies behind that shooting. This was a calculated assassination.
So, you know, if you look at all the research and all the stuff that's documented, what would your theory be?
That people, he'll have known that if he lived in that life, he knew that he had threats on his life. I think that is actually documented. And I think that he was taken out for that reason. He was taken out because...
I think it's jealousy and all.
Well,
like they can't handle it, like...
It's not jealousy, it's political. It's political. You need to remove your opponent. It's another tried and tested formula what's been executed literally across the globe. That's what happens. So let's get him out of the way, and then we can move on and do what we need to do. And I think the word is it a murder, which is wall of silence, and that's what you find. And even in the case is unresolved. So the other thing is, because the case is unresolved, there's many notes and statements, informants, evidence, police intelligence, what's being locked away and nobody's ever seen. Think about that. It's never been seen for obvious reasons, because they cannot give too much away.
Because if they do, they're giving power to the wrong people.
Well, and also they might be giving bits of evidence away which could lead to a conviction later. So not only have you got the wall of silence from the community, but the police will also be very reluctant in releasing what information in case it jeopardises what they know or what
flaws they've had.
or which way they've gathered evidence. Like you said, there'll be informants and many people who've made statements. Think about what I said there. He was last seen in that shop. Well, you can assume that they've definitely asked that person for a statement, but do you think that person would have wanted to put his name forward? The last person to ever seen him? I don't think so. And the likes of their identity will have to be protected.
That's what blows my mind about this. Like, if I walk into Sunderland Town Centre now and I punch someone, I'm gonna get found. Yet you've got someone who's running the doors or got such a big presence in the area, gets shot and murdered, and no one's being caught. It's like the Tupac case or something. Like it sounds like a urban myth, doesn't it?
That drives right at the heart of the community, because one way to protect the community is to reassure people that if something atrocious happens, or whatever, it could be even just a burglary or whatever it is, you think that something will be done about it. So this is a sticking...
But how does that reassure the community?
No, it doesn't. That's the point. That's why it drives at the very heart of the community and the police. Do you think the police like this being unresolved? Because it undermines their authority and everything that they stand for. And that's why it's such a huge case. Right here.
So, like I say, stood outside of the Queen's Head pub here, and unfortunately, this is the last place Viv Graham was before he died, literally metres away. Well, I think he was actually pronounced dead in the hospital, but again, I think that's part of the story. Like, there is a lot of speculation, like what's to believe. Even the evidence and stuff that you might find online, is it even solid? Can you even look at that as being solid? I don't know, but I guess that's what's open for discussion, isn't it? What do you think that happened? So let us know in the comments what you believe, what kind of rumours and stuff you've heard as well, because everyone's got their own version of this story. Obviously, if you're from the northeast, like myself, I've heard this story 100 times. I think I've heard it getting painted in 25,000 different ways. So let us know what you believe was the actual truth. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I think we've got to pay respect because someone did lose their life on that night of New Year's Eve. Whether they were a notorious figure or not, someone's had to die over it. So I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. I tried to make it a little bit like the Steven Grieveson one. We obviously brought me mate Steve round, we had a bit mooch around and stuff like that. Give you a bit of backstory. I know there's a lot of people who've gone, because I know they said on the Steven Grieveson one that we're talking about the history and the place of Southwick and stuff like that, but I think it's really important to have that because it'll give you an understanding of what the area was like. And when we're talking about like lawless versus a regulated system, that's something that still carries over into today's age, which is mad. As much as it might be like a mythical or a bit of an urban legend or a mad story, there is a lot of history steeped in these stories. So hope you enjoyed it anyhow, and if you did, sound.